Dick Wadhams thought he had a Senate candidate, but then again he also thought he had a White House candidate, so I guess poor old Dick knows how that stuff happens.
But does he know what's happening next on Hotline TV?
We see parents who dream big, of honor students and artists. By supporting programs that help children learn, we help parents watch their dreams come true.
From the Watergate Building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Chuck Todd and John Mercurio.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Quinn McCord.
And I am John Mercurio. Colorado Republicans received an unpleasant surprise last week when former Congressman Scott McInnis dropped out of the race to succeed Senator Wayne Allard. In light of the opening, we've set up the following job interviews for Colorado Republican Chairman, friend of the show, Dick Wadhams. All right, let's look at a couple of these potential Republican candidates. We know, of course, McInnis not running. A lot of people focusing at this point on another former Congressman, Bob Schaefer. So let's just begin with former Congressman Bob Schaefer. A lot of people thinking he might be a little too conservative for the race. What do you think? Go, Quinn.
He might be. You know, what weirds me out is that the hand-wringing he's doing over, I want to run, but I'm just too conservative, or the state is becoming too liberal. I don't know. I mean, you just want to slap him.
Do you really?
Say, yeah.
Are you sure? If he were to walk into this room, Quinn McCord, you would slap him.
I would. I'd say, don't whip out. Either say you want to run or don't run, but don't do this like, oh, I don't know if I can win publicly. What is he thinking?
Interesting. All right. Well, that brings us pretty conveniently and nicely to our second candidate, former Governor Bill Owens, who, of course, did a job, as Mike Litwin kind of put it today in the Rocky Mountain News, did a job on Bob Schaefer in 2004, a race that the Democrats ended up winning. Tell us what Bill Owens would or would not do if this race became his.
My understanding is that he's making a lot of money. He's kind of the Al Gore of the race. You're having too much fun, doing other things, you're out of politics. No one dislikes you as much when you're out of politics. You enter politics, everyone finds a reason to hate you. So I don't think he'll run for those reasons. I'm hearing that he won't run. Well,
sort of the wild card here, we've got Tom Tancredo, Congressman, running for president. Running for president at this point. Not looking so good in the presidential campaign. He's got about $1 million in the bank.
That's what you say.
That's exactly what I say. That's not what Babe Buchanan says, I know, but that's what I say. If his race, if people come to him at some point this year and say, look, it's just not going to happen, Congressman Tancredo, look, aim your sights a little lower, aim for the Senate. He gets into this race. He and Bill Owens, not really tight, not on the same page as far as Republican politics are concerned. We could see a primary. Come on, maybe. Come on, Quinn.
I don't know.
Make this race fun.
Why would you want to be a U.S. senator when you're going to be U.S. president?
Interesting.
And I think he's the next president.
That's a very interesting. That's a very good question and a hard one to answer. Now, how does Pete DUI Coors end up in this race, or not?
Well, he had such success in 2004, and since then he's gotten a DUI, as you noted. I don't see it happening. I doubt he runs.
I don't see a lot of Republicans wanting him to run, and I see another person who a lot of Republicans don't want to run, of course, Bob Beaupre, former gubernatorial candidate, ran such a miserable campaign for governor in 2006, unlikely to be called upon again by his party.
But do you know what's amazing is that he probably would be a really strong candidate if he hadn't run for governor. If he hadn't run for governor and destroyed it, he probably would rather be in the Senate than be governor. And the irony thing is, if he just held out and not given in to the demands he ran for governor from the party leaders 2 years ago, he'd be in a great position now. But as it is, he's kind of laughingstock.
Last but certainly not least, your favorite candidate, State Attorney General John Suthers.
He sounds like
he's the Quinn McCord candidate.
He definitely sounds like he wants to run. I think he'd probably prefer to run if he can get a clear primary field. He's probably waiting to see what Schaefer will do. But it sounds like he's interested.
Any of these guys have any chance of beating Mark Udall? Sort of a liberal, but sort of someone who stepped outside of the liberal mold, I think, on a lot of recent votes. Puts a nice human face on liberal Democratic politics in a state that's sort of trending his party's way. I don't think so. I see this as a tilt Democratic race, one of the few sort of solid Democratic pickups in open seat. Well, the only open seat.
Colorado Republicans have had two really bad cycles in a row But it's too early to write the obituary on them. I don't think you can simply say that because they've had some lousy candidates in the past. I mean, okay, Pete Coors and Bob Beaupre, they're bad candidates, you know. Bush still won fairly handily in 2004. So if they can get a decent candidate, I think they have a chance. It could go either way.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Quinn McCord, it can go either way. And that'll do it for today. Dick Wadhams, please give us a call. Our number is on the cover letter.
Sure is.
Thank you so much, Quinn McCord, for joining us.
Thank you, John.